Hello everyone, I am Erika of BEADINGSCHOOL.com and you are watching Coffee Time with Erika, my weekly BD broadcast. Today it's time to close the Desert Rose Beading School Academy theme box. So we will see the beautiful entries to the mini challenge corresponding with this theme, with this collection. But I also have some very exciting news regarding the beading school community. So before we would start, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. You should be able to watch this video live from the Beading School YouTube channel and also from the Beading School Facebook page. I see Ariana saying hello, Yosin, Alan, Kim, Sherry. Ariana says, I can see and hear you. Thank you so much for letting me know, Ariana. I should announce a prize that always the first beader who confirms that the technical stuff is all right should get something exciting, because it makes my job so much easier when I know that you ladies can hear me and see me. And I see also Beatrix and Carol and Bernadette and Michaela. And Lita says, hello, Erika, and all my creative, talented beady friends here on Facebook. Hello, Lita, and Erika, and Orshika, and Antoinette, and Merle. And I see Judith, and Sophie, and Hannah, and Bernadette too. So lovely ladies, last week we started to ease into the holiday season already. Together with my guest, Pink Hot Chloe, we showed you the next year's edition of the Beaders Calendar, which brings you 12 amazing tutorials for the 12 months of the year, just as this year and the year before, because this will be already the third time when you can get your beaders calendar. Isn't it exciting? And hands up that who are those beaders, of course, here, who had the 2024, the 2025, and will go also for the 2026 edition. Hands up, ladies, if you have them all, or will have, well, together with the 26 one, we'll have them all. Because it is incredible that the Beaders Calendar has indeed become a tradition in the beading school community, just as our weekly get-togethers on Tuesdays today and Thursdays, just as the Advent Adventure, the Secret Santa, the postcard game this summer, and more. And I'm so excited to see how we continuously shape this place together. And I am so grateful for all these memorable events with you. And in the meanwhile, some more beaders joined us. Kata is here, Linda, Molly, Rita. And Lita says, this is my third calendar. Iveta says hi. Linda, she has the calendars. Judith, Kim, Sophie. Linda says my third also. And Jacqueline says, I do love the calendar. Helena is here. Sherry has all of them. And Kim says, I am already saving a budget to get the calendar bundle each month for 2026. All of them look A++++. And I think the designers who were selected to collaborate with us for 2026, they all did such an amazing job. I'm so proud of the whole gang. All the 12 jewels, they are beautiful. Each of them, they differ in the style. I also love very much Nitti's creation, and Laura's, and Vicky's, and Chloe's, and Aniko's, and everyone's. And yeah, all of the jewels, they will teach us something new. And I think that is the best part of it, that we focus on the beauty of the jewels, but in the meantime, we will learn something new with all of them. Also, like, look at that amazing necklace that Susie created for you, the 3 interconnected motifs, where even the connection itself is so inspiring. But so about the calendar, that actually, well, the tutorial of the 2025 calendar, we just released it yesterday, because the Beaders calendar, it always brings you the tutorial. There is, of course, the calendar itself. The 2026 one looks like this. And this is how you will be able to hang it on your wall. And I think we will stay with this format. Every year it was a little bit different, but this works the best. Can be shipped the easiest, but also when we hang it on the wall, then it looks the best with a big picture, a square-shaped picture, and then you have all the information here that what is happening at beading school. No one has to bead alone, Advent Adventure, Treasury Visit, all kinds of events. But there is also a bit of space everywhere, so you can mark birthdays or your personal notes. So I'm voting for this format. And if you have the 2025 calendar, then since we are always releasing the tutorials on the first Mondays of the month, then you could download the November Jewel for 2025. You can download it since yesterday. This is the link. I put it in the comment section and also on the screen. And this time it is Susie's Jewel, by the way. If you did not buy the 2025 calendar, it is still available. So it brings you 12 jewels, just as the 26 and the 24 edition. So we still have a few pieces. But back to Susie's Jewel. She says about the tattoo bracelet. Some designs rest and wait. Not forgotten, but quietly gathering their story to be told when the time is right. The tattoo and bracelet, originally inspired by, and I'm going to ask you, ladies, can you maybe guess which theme inspired the tattoo and bracelet? Maybe you can find out because of the name, because it is a town in a country that inspired in the past a Beading School Academy theme. But also maybe you are a good Beading School student and maybe you have read the text already. So maybe you can tell me. I see in the meantime also Sarah and other Rachel and Angelina and Cindy, Marcelina, and Judith says she also likes the style of the calendar now, and Marcelina also finds the new format nice. Tammy is here, Jeannie, and Lita says it's the Jardin Majorelle. And indeed, it was the Jardin Majorelle. So Susie says that the colors and the shapes of the bracelet recall the garden and the mosaics. And she says it all started with a single square-shaped motif that, thanks to the baguette cabochons, can be easily extended to sparkly, elegant bracelets. And it is becoming actually Susie's specialty that not only does she show you how to create a motif, but she also creates unique connections, because it would be so easy to just connect the corners of the squares. But she came up with this idea with including more sparkle. So, and it's included in the tutorial. It's a good one. Again, of course, because it's coming from Susie. She has become such a nice, such a good designer. And Hannah is asking, I got the 2024 calendar. I am not sure how I get the tutorials from that year. Dear Hannah, all you need to do is look up the jewels in the bead shop, or to go back on the blog and find them. And then if you are logged in, you can automatically download those tutorials to your account, because when you log in, then the bead shop knows that you bought the calendar, even if you bought a previous one. So all you need to do to find the jewels in the bead shop, and then put them in your shopping basket. The price will automatically be reduced to 0, and you can check out with them as you do with the Academy jewels. And Sophie likes the photos in the calendar. Such a good job from Mona, right? So indeed, you can download the tutorial also for Tetuan already, and make sure to log in so the price of the tutorial gets reduced to 0, because when you log in, as I said, then the bead shop knows that you already have the calendar, so the price of the bracelet will be 0. But back to traditions, because it is that time of the year when we all have our own traditions in our communities, in our families, between our loved ones. And we are creating also the traditions for the beading school community. And in this case, to be specific, for the beading school club members. So it is the time of the year for Beady Secret Santa. And let's see. So one of the most beloved traditions of the beading school community is actually the Beady Secret Santa. So every year in the late autumn, beaders, we can sign up to this game that connects us all over the world through countries and continents. And this is the time, ladies, to sign up. So we are looking forward to welcome 70 lovely beaders who would like to play together. You can sign up from all around the world. Since there are limitations placed in many countries regarding packages sent to the United States of America, then this year, our United States of America beaders we will match you guys in a way that you will send packages to each other, because most of the post offices from other countries, they do not accept packages sent to the States. So yeah, still everyone can sign up. We will deal with the back end, and we will make sure that everyone has a receiver and everyone has a Secret Santa who will make her happy. So we are looking forward to have 70 lovely beaders who would like to play and who are members of the beading school club. And you can sign up, as I said, from all around the world. And from other countries, you can also mark if you would like to send a package abroad or you would like to stick to your country. And if possible, then we will stick to that. And what is super important if you sign up, I posted the link to the sign up form on the screen and also is in the chat, that please, please, please make sure to read the rules and the steps of the game carefully. And if there is something that is not clear yet, then ask proactively, and then be a responsible, be the secret Santa and follow the deadlines and the steps to make sure that we make each other happy and everyone receives the gifts on time. We will close sign-ups next week, Tuesday, during Coffee Time with Erika, or as soon as we have the 70 bidders who can participate. We have the 70 bidder limit to keep the backend for us manageable, because we are keeping track of packages, of emails, of tracking numbers. So there is a lot to do. How the little Beading School treasury elves are organizing this game. So if you would like to be part of it, go for it now. And when we close the sign-ups next week, Tuesday, then afterwards we need a bit of time until we create the receiver and secret Santa matches. And then there is a deadline, then there is a 2-week, a little bit over a 2-week time when you can prepare a little colorful gift for your receiver, also a handwritten note. And by the end of November, you can send your package, and we will all open the packages on the 24th of December, because that is the day when in my birth country we open the packages. So there are so many different habits all around the world. So I chose the date that we open the packages. And if you feel like it, then you can post a picture to the club also. And Helena says that she signed up. Orshika also signed up. Corinne is here with us. Lita signed up. And Lita says, this is my favorite event. And indeed, it is the most popular tradition that we have in the Beading School community. And I am super grateful for everyone's good mood and enthusiasm about it. You know, ladies, one of our beaders who loved participating in these kinds of traditions was Donna, the bracelet queen. And unfortunately, sad turns of events are also part of life. So unfortunately, as many of you know, while we were celebrating Donna's talent and kindness with her autumn sunset, Donna's dream collection and jewels, tragically, at the same time, we had to say forever goodbye to her. And it was incredibly hard to find the words when I had to share this news with you. And it is still challenging to believe that this has happened. I am glad to see that in the meantime, jewels from her beautiful last collection have already started to appear in the Beading School Club. And it is moving to see these jewels created by you ladies and to read your words. And I wanted to give you a little bit of update about that we are in touch with Donna's loved ones, even her mom. And Donna had a sparkly wish that she asked to fulfill, and hopefully we can manage it. I got news from Susie that it seems that we can make it through. So I will share it later, maybe in January, because we need time to organize it. But you need to know that she was thinking about her sisters in the Beading School community with a very, very loving, open heart. But yeah, I will tell you about that later. But in the meantime, also her loved ones set up a way to keep her memory alive in a beautiful way by planting trees, and we will be contributing to this on behalf of the community, also with a little message. And in case that you would also like to participate in this, then I will share the link tomorrow in the Beading School Club where you can do this. And also many of you have left messages on a post dedicated to Donna, and we also are creating a document from it, and we will send it to her family so they can see how much she meant to you, ladies. So thank you so much for your messages. I will show you now the videos about her collection to give all of us a little bit of time to get back to the beady mood after this message. So let's take a moment to watch those videos, and then I'm back to the usual topic. So I'm back, lovely ladies. So we will say goodbye today to the Desert Rose Beading School Academy team. In the meantime, I saw some questions that I will answer now, and then I will show you the mini challenge entries. And then in the end of the video, you will again have the possibility to ask all kinds of questions. In the meantime, Martika said that she loves Zuzi's bracelet, and Lita said that the Jardin Majorelle was her favorite. And I don't see now the comment, but I know that someone asked if the baguettes in the bundles are Preciosa. No, they are glass in this case, and they are from a manufacturer that I selected from many options because of the high standards that they have. So even if it's not Preciosa, it is a really good quality one. And oh, Marcelina asked, I found you, Marcelina. And Mary Lou also says that she has all the calendars and she loves them. And Brenda, get well soon. And Bernadette is asking, will Donna's patterns be available separately? They are so beautiful. Not for a while, Bernadette, maybe in the future, but not for a while. Beatrix is asking what happened to Donna, and thank you so much for your question, Beatrix, but I would like to refrain from answering personal questions about her. I think that is up to her family and closest ones. And Yosin says, do you know there is a Desert Rose Museum in Qatar? I didn't know, dear Yosin. I've never been to Qatar. For sure, it's a beautiful country. So lovely ladies. Now, Desert Rose time. It is unbelievable that these 2 months have passed so quick. There was so much on my mind when we opened the theme, so much that I wanted to write about and show. Some of them I succeeded, some of them are still hopefully happening this week. But what I really wanted to show you is this picture that I took in Morocco while being on a trek in the Sahara Desert. And I just want to show you that even if it looked like it is all sand and desert, when you watch closer and you persevere, you discover jewels. And this beautiful dragonfly was waiting for us in the desert. So that was the message of the desert rose. And now it's time to go and see the mini challenge entries. So with every team of the Beading School Academy, we always organize a little challenge for you. And while we have winners every time, actually, everyone is a winner, but also we select a talent winner for bead weaving, we select a talent winner for bead embroidery, and we also have a lucky winner. But the main message and the main quest with the challenge is to invite you to step out of your comfort zone, to show your best, and for you to see that every jewel that you create is already a win. And that is certainly true for Anita. And in this case, Anita used as many as 3 of the big rectangles that was the main shape that we were playing with during the Desert Rose Beading School Academy theme box. It was actually the challenge to include one of these if you would like to be the talent winner. And Anita created an asymmetric piece, but a perfectly balanced asymmetric beads. I love the versatility, how she pulled together so many different shapes. And then this bracelet, it totally blew my mind. This is a bead embroidered piece by Beatrix, and it looks amazing. It is organic, it is actually a little landscape on its own, and this is seriously one of the most beautiful bead embroidered jewels of this style that I have ever seen. I have seen many where someone was recreating a landscape, and I just love how Beatrix found the perfect mixture of material, and how, ladies, look at that sun. That sun is the rectangle, but she turned the rectangle into a setting sun, which normally we would always choose like a round shaped, but this works so well. Beatrix, I'm really looking forward to see more pieces from you like this. And Angelina says it's stunning, and Corinne said superb, and Iveta finds it amazing. So well done, Beatrix. And Ariana says about the previous jewel, still, I thought it was so tough to beat something organic with the straight lines of the rectangle. Well done, Anita, with the asymmetric design. And already we have the third kind of organically looking jewel here, despite having to use the rectangles. This piece is done by Lita, and Lita selected one of the hardest, most challenging type of foundations to work with, shibori. And Susie is an expert actually for working with shibori, and I've never got to her level. and I admire everyone who dares. And Lita created a statement piece while incorporating this incredibly difficult to use material to her creation. So well done, Lita, and congrats on being so brave. Corinne says, another wow. And Angelina finds it exquisite. And Lita says it's beautiful. Then Sangeeta, she created a brooch on a filigree base. Again, the centerpiece is a rectangle, or actually this is the first jewel out of the four that we see, where the centerpiece, really like the one main focal, is the rectangle. Because even if with the previous ones a focal rectangle was incorporated, but I would not say that it was like the only focus point of the jewels. Now with Sangeeta we have that, and I love how at the same time it's a pattern, it's a design that follows strict geometric lines, and it has a perfect rhythm, but at the same time it is also kind of organic. And isn't it how real roses are, that, or real flowers, that always there is a strict geometry in them, but also kind of free flow? And Ariana says it looks like a real ground sand rose, indeed. And Beatrix says, very pretty flower desert rose, Sangeeta. And Jessica says, perfection. Absolutely. I love this. Everything about it. I also love everything about Samia's design. And for me, the most surprising part is how she created this little flower below the rectangle using the ribbon, the sparkly ribbon that we had in the box. So cute, so incredibly cute and inventive, Samia. And again, typical beaded beads by Samia further along the chain. So well done. And then we have Terry. And Terry used, besides the rectangle, she also used the sparkly spacer bars. She added lots of sparkle. She also used one of those tricky ear studs to become actually the bail of the pendant, and then the beautiful desert rose pendant. And despite the three types of metal components being different, she pulled it together perfectly. And like when you have a big jewel, then it's easier to pull together pieces that are not identical. But Terry managed to do it in like a relatively small scale. 5 stars or 10 stars. I don't know what we are talking about, what is the maximum number of stars, but you do have that, dear Terry. And about Samia, Angelina says very inventive. Iveta says so lovely. And Ariana says, that's the ribbon, so pretty, right? Such a good idea. And about Terry, Deborah says, this is a perfect pendant for the holidays. I agree, dear Deborah. I agree. So much sparkle. And elegant, Victorian even, as Judith says. And Sharon says, hi, Sharon. Love all I have seen so far. Such talented ladies. No question about that. Then we have Carol. And I love this piece also very much. Carol created different bezels, 3 that are visible on the picture, the one in the middle with the rectangle, then 2 with the nacre buttons, and then moving on to an even smaller cabochon and bezel, the 8mm Preciosa Pure Chatons. So for each 3 bezels, she came up with a different solution. And I love how the pearls and the fire polished beads and the bicons are framing the bigger components, especially the rectangle, that is my favorite part, and the leaves, the pressed glass check beads, the leaves, they found their place in between the bezels. They create a bit of distance, so that helps to then highlight the bezels themselves by pulling them slightly apart thanks to the leaves. And Beatrix says, Carol, I love your necklace, so festive. And Corinne says, from box to box, the jewels are beautiful and more complicated. I want them all. Corinne, shall I imagine that last sentence with like a golem type? My precious, I want them all. That's how I imagine you at the moment. That's how I would be. And Ariana says, I like those collar necklaces with different components which come together so beautifully. And Iveta says, very good idea. And then our next beader is Joanna. And here the leaves, how they are placed around the bezels. It's amazing. I can see that despite the leaves having only one hole, and that is the challenge of these leaves, you need to be clever about placing them in your jewel if you do something else than just hanging them, because they could theoretically turn around. But I can see that Joanna did a great job with keeping them sturdy, and this little jewel has so much movement and such a natural feel to it. So well done, Joanna. So well done. I hope you are here because you deserve all the applause. And I hope you like it too, ladies. There are also some Preciosa Swan rhinestones in the bezel and 2x AB bicon beads. What could be better? And Brenda says, a beautiful leaf frame around the jewel. And Beatrix says, Joanna, yours is gorgeous. And Judith says, I love your necklace, so feminine. Super, super nice, dear Joanna. And then we have Kirsten. And Kirsten used Ruxandra's design to enter the mini challenge. And I love it that she used this specific ear stud because I think it matches the finish of the ginkgo bead so well. This diamondy surface of the ear stud, it resonates with the glittery surface of the ginkgo bead so well. And you know, ladies, sometimes these little details, or not sometimes, always, these little details, they add so much to the jewel. And Beatrix says, Kiki, they are lovely and pretty. And Judith says, lovely, the colors are exciting. Beautifully put together, dear Kirsten. And then we have Caroline. And you know, ladies, I was so happy to see how many bead embroidered pieces we have during this theme. Here, I would like to congratulate Caroline also on how she did the edging. We will have, by the way, a separate coffee time with Erika about how to edge, how to decorate your bead embroidered pieces when you are sewing together the foundation and the backing. So we will talk about that. I know that it can be challenging, but I think here this pendant is perfect with every detail. There is also the rectangle in the middle as the focal, and perfectly placed beads, perfect balance of matte and sparkly. So big, big, big congrats to Caroline. Also on the colors. Caroline stayed with the warm tones. So it's truly like, for me, it's like a sunrise in the Sahara. And Beatrix says, it's the romantic feeling while a desert sun sets. Indeed, like imagine sitting on top of a sand dune and the sun either coming up or disappearing and painting the sand dunes in all kinds of purples and pinks and oranges. And Judith says, wow, love the edging, colors and embellishments. And Ariana says, I love Caroline's embroidered pieces. They always look kind of spiritual. You can see from them that this lady is taking inspiration and putting that source of inspiration and mood into her jewels seriously. And then we have here Jenny. Jenny, sorry. So Jenny, I love this little pendant. I love it from top to bottom. I love that you included 3 leaves at the bottom. I also did that, by the way, with one of my recent jewels. I will show it to you a little bit later. So we resonate, lady. But what I absolutely admire, how Jenny created the bezel, included the ginkgo, and then also very creatively used part of the clasp to create the hanging part, the bail of the pendant with the little peyote bail added to the bottom of the triangle. Such a good idea, Jenny. Beatrix says, it's so clever and beautiful. And Antoinette says, I have been waiting for that class, and stunning work, it's so gorgeous. And Angelina says, gorgeous combination of geometric and organic elements. And Judith says, the balance is calming, love your bezel. I love it too, Jenny. And then we have Irina. And Irina topped up her Beading School academic box with more rectangles. And she created an amazing earring design. So I love it how the seed beads frame the 3 different sizes of rectangles in the same way, but always adjusted to what exactly that piece of rectangle needed. The connections are super cute and professional. The ear stud that Irina chose just goes so well with this elongated shape, because when you connect the sides of the rectangles, they kind of create a triangle. And then that triangle is mirrored back in the ear stud, earring component that Irina chose. And we talked about it a lot in the past, that when you really look into choosing the perfect component and it resonates with the design itself, that either it creates a contrast, an interesting contrast, like one is like strict lines, one is like organic lines, or on the other hand, when it reinforces something from that design, then that kicks the level of the result even higher. It's fabulous, as Ariana says. She says, I love the dangle of rectangles and the colors are matching and vivid. Also, that the rectangles are not exactly of the same color, but all the shades go together perfectly. So well done, Irina. And Erika says, small pieces can pack such a punch. And Judith says, love your energizing colors. The length is perfect for a lot of faces. It would be perfect for my face, I think. What do you ladies think? And Corinne says, simply amazing designs. And Deborah says the geometry of these earrings is so Art Deco. Totally. And then we have here Eve, and Eve also created a very cute cute pendant. So what is, I think, something to note, how the slender bugle beads add not only to the visuals, but create kind of a third dimension, because I can see that there are the 6mm pearls, the beautiful purple 6mm pearls peeking through that rhombus shape, and the Miyuki shape is on top of the pearls. So Eve is here bridging, thanks to this 3D element, the gap in the height between the ginkgo bead on the edge and between the rectangle, which is a pointy back cabochon in a metal claw setting. So imagine this is the metal claw, this is the ginkgo bead. So she had to come up with something to make it unified. So that was a great idea, dear Eve. And Iveta says, these are all beautiful. I don't even know if I will ever reach that level. My dear Iveta, you are progressing with your beading skills beautifully. You just joined us so recently, and you are doing an amazing job. And please look at all these talented beaders as your fellow, not only your fellow students, but teachers and inspirations. So whenever you feel you have a question, ask away in the club. That's how all of us grew together, by opening up about, or, well, something that we don't yet know. And then also when it's our turn to help someone, then to share our knowledge. And this is how together we grow together. So yeah, you will be there. You are there. You are on that path. And in the meantime, Judith says, creative use of bugles. And Ariana says, what an interesting construction. And I like to see how we get influenced of Ruxandra style. Totally, the peyote on the edges. I also started to do that. And Veronka also, I can see that in our creations, we always influence each other's. And Erika, in the meantime, says to Iveta, know that everyone had to start somewhere. Also, Ariana is here with helpful words. And Deborah says, this necklace is so fairy tale. Oh, and Sophie has a good one. She says, your creativity will come sooner than you think. Indeed. The tutorials are a perfect way to up-level your skills, but even if you can personalize them, they are a box. And then one day you might feel, but no pressure, it does not have to come. Every way of beading is great. Just embrace your style. But maybe one day you will feel that the box of the tutorial is tight and you will need to grow outside of it, and we will be there to cheer for you, like we are here today to cheer for everyone. Also for Ingrid, another landscape design which I love. Ingrid also turned the rectangle into the sun. Actually, how amazing that these two ladies, Beatrix and Ingrid, far away from each other, but somehow felt the vibe. And Ingrid created a different kind of landscape with a cactus. And I love it how on the left side of the necklace, the opposite side of the necklace, the orange of the setting or rising sun is mirrored back with some of those components. It creates such a nice balance in the colors of this organic piece. And Terry says, ladies, I have been watching while in the middle of something. And ladies, as always, you are so, so amazing. All of the pieces are exquisite. Erika says, oh my gosh, Ingrid. And Hannah says, amazing. Let's see the next one. Hannah! And this, truth to be told, also looks like a setting sun for me, peeking through the autumnal leaves of a beautiful tree that we can admire these days on the Northern Hemisphere in some of the countries, in most of the countries where we are from. So I love how the ginkgos remind me of my autumn walks, and we were talking about autumn walks a few weeks ago, and if I remember well, then Hannah, you were actually listening to the video while being outside on your autumn walk, so maybe that influenced you too. And then we have Orshika. And Orshika, you did also an amazing job already going outside of the box of the tutorials. Orshika also joined us recently. And yeah, she used the rectangle cabochon on the velvet ribbon that goes around the neck. And I love these wing parts that are next to the rectangle, and then also the flower that is hanging. Super nice. And Beatrix says about Hannah's creation in the meantime, this is so autumn, like the light is there. Yeah, like the little bit of negative spaces reminded me of the light shining in between the leaves. And Sophie says, cute choker. Joker is the word that I was kind of looking for. I couldn't remember. And Beatrix says, a surprising pretty combination. Lovely, says Judith. And Hannah indeed got inspired by the autumn colors on Iceland. And then we still have so many entries for this theme. I'm so happy to see how it inspired you. Another piece of bead embroidery by Tammy. And Tammy pulled in some blues, which we kind of forgot during this theme. But actually, when I was on Sunday, I was meeting a friend and we had coffee together. And as we were sitting in the window of the cafe, sipping me a cappuccino, of course, her a tea, then we were suddenly like, oh my goodness, the sky is so beautifully blue, even in November. And I'm so glad that Tammy incorporated blues in her beautiful Juvo. Again, very organic looking, and she actually also went back to use a golden colored exquisite charm from the Sayulita Sunset collection, and it fits it perfectly. And I love the two tones of oranges from the fabric, the darker one from the ultra suede, and then the ribbon. So it is a perfect combination of colors and shapes, dear Tammy. Beatrix says, it gives me the idea of a treasure box. Oh, I would love to open a treasure box like this. Angelina also likes the pop of the blue sky. And Judith also finds it beautiful. And then we have Malia. Malia, this is so incredibly nice. I love, love, love the spacer bars on the side of the rectangles and the balance of the orange, the gold, and the green tones with a little bit of pink. It's perfect. I don't have words. I don't have anything to add because this is perfection. It's flowery, it's refreshing, there is autumn in it, but also kind of the promise of the green leaves. And I would like to thank you for that promise of the green in this cute pair of earring. And then Sophie says, you nailed these earrings, right? It doesn't always have to be the hugest to like really show our skills. Sometimes a little surface is actually more challenging to use well. Beatrix would love to wear these earrings. And Ginny says, these are so romantic, Malia. They look so professional also. Indeed. And then we have here Karin. And I love this piece also. The little, it looks like a whole big picture. And then the bugles create tiny picture frames inside the big picture. So yeah, it's very picturesque for me. I would totally put it up also on the wall, but Karin created a pendant and actually also a necklace strand to go with it. And there are pairs of ginkgo beads and then swan rhinestones for the sparkle, and a very, very clever way of holding down the rectangle cabochon in the middle. Sophie finds the color of the leather very nice. And Ariana says, it is so funny how some ideas struck more of us, yet every jewel is so individual. Love Malia's earrings. And Beatrix says, a gorgeous piece, Karin, very harmonious. And Malia says, looks like stained glass windows. Indeed, so beautiful. And this time, ladies, we had as many as 19 entries for the jewels. 19 incredible entries. And as always, I would love to announce the talent winners. The talent winners are always chosen by the Beading School designer team. So that means nowadays Aniko, Veronka, Zuzi, Melly, and me. And the talent winner of the bead embroidery part is Lita. And Lita, heartfelt congratulations on challenging yourself and using the shibori ribbon. And I love how you wrinkled it and you created the bottom part also. Super happy for you for mastering it. And then for the bead weaving part, I would like to congratulate Sanjita and her incredible desert rose created from beads. This is an incredible jewel. And lovely ladies, now it's your turn to help me to choose the lucky winner of the Desert Rose competition. So please tell me 3 numbers in between 1 and 19. And I have the jewels in front of me in a folder, and they are not alphabetically arranged. They are arranged in a way how they were uploaded. So it is random. And the first, I will find the average between the first 3 numbers that I see, and I see 2 from Jessica, then I see 7 from Linda, and I see 7 again from Judith, and that adds up to 16, and divided by 3, it's 5.3. So the 5th jewel, okay, ladies, the 5th jewel is Lita, and Lita already won, so I will take the 6th one, and the 6th jewel is Carol Conrad with her necklace called Resilient Beauty. So Carol, congratulations. I made a note for the ladies so they know. And congratulations to everyone who participated, because you are all amazing and I am incredibly proud and happy to see you blooming through the Desert Rose collection and beyond. But you know, ladies, now that we are here closing the Desert Rose theme, Beading School Academy students know that it also means top-up time. So next week, I will be waiting for you on Tuesday and showing you already the last collection of 2026. It's a surprise still. You will see the new colors and shapes next Tuesday. And we will start then sending out your new theme boxes. And if you wish so, then we can send whatever you need or don't need but want from the Beading School bead shop together with your Beading School Academy theme boxes. And today I have many reasons for you to check out what is new in the Beading School bead shop. Because, well, many of you were waiting for Laura's domino pendant tutorial. So this tutorial can be yours as a gift if during the upcoming week, before next week's Coffee Time with Erika on Tuesday, that means 11th November 2025, 5 p.m. Central European Time, 11 a.m. New York City, 8 a.m. California, or 5 a.m. New Zealand Fay time. You place an order, a single order, qualifying for at least, that is in the sum for at least 49 euros, $59, 43 pounds. It needs to be one order after deducting discounts, coupon codes, gift cards, whatever. So in case that you place an order qualifying in the designated time frame, that next Wednesday we will be in touch with the tutorial as a gift. The hints will come, as always, on Friday, so you will need to wait for it a little bit. So hints will be coming on Friday, but until then, I have something else for you, dear ladies. Because with every Beading School Academy theme, we also have a collection of art cabochons. And to keep our eyes on the promise of flowers, on the promise of the oasis, we created this time a collection full of flowers, 4 different flowers and 5 different colors that can be yours. These are handmade and hand-painted in Slovakia in the Beading School atelier, and we always create these collections in a way so they go perfectly with your Beading School Academy theme boxes. So the yellow, the green, the Bordeaux, 2 shades of Bordeaux, and indeed a bit of the blue sky, they are here still to play with. And Angelina is impressed. She says, these are the prettiest cabs yet. And I'm so glad that you find them nice. Which one is your favorite? Which color and which shape? I'm curious. Actually, between the new in the bead shop category, you can also find already inspiration to use these cabochons, because this is actually a new size of the round shaped cabochons that you can have. Until now we had a big size, a small size, and this is a middle size round one. And this week is kind of dedicated to Laura because you can have her beautiful jewel as a gift, beautiful tutorial as a gift. And Laura was also was playing with these cabochons behind the scenes, and she created a tutorial and a bundle for you. If you would like to have it, then you can have it and find it in the bead shop section. By the way, Angelina says that she likes the mint green the most, the one that Laura used in this jewel. It's called Silk Floss, by the way. We also uploaded everything to the new in the bead shop category that was included in Donna's autumn sunset collection. So even the new components can be yours one by one now. And so many of you were actually asking about those beautiful cabochons from Germany, that one of them we had, the smaller one we had in Donna's collection, and the bigger one was in Juliana's tutorial. And you ladies were wondering if we will have these in another colors too. And I just told you that you know me. One color or two colors are never enough. And actually, there are indeed many more colors waiting for you. And these are like when we were taking pictures, or when they landed on our bead mats also at Susie's place, then these German cabochons, they just impressed us way beyond what was expected, actually. I knew that they will be beautiful, but still the quality, it is absolutely mind-blowing. So we have them in two sizes available. The small ones are perfect for earrings, and then the big ones are amazing for a matching pendant. And I can't even decide that which color do I like more. Some of them come with the gold painting, some of them come with silver colored painting. As you can see, also this gentle pink tone that looks better with the gold one, but then we have this white opal one, kind of white opaque, with silver one, which is perfect for the holidays, I would say. But also look at the black and the dark blue. The dark blue, the bottom one with the blue painting. And also there is a gray one that looks so luxurious with the silver painting. You need to go back a little bit to see them between the new, but they are there. And this is a close view of the cabochons. Ladies, are you still with me, or are you bead shopping? There was some technical mishap, so actually the comments for me disappeared. So please try to comment again, so I know that you are still with me. Or you maybe found the light blue and the Tuscan yellow and the teal cabochons that I was talking about, and I should leave you to enjoy the view. Okay, Lita says we are shopping. Well, the first batch of these cabochons were gone in no time. So I don't wonder that, as Angelina says, everyone left to the shop. So I will leave you to it. We are also a bit beyond our designated time. So lovely ladies, on Thursday, I will be waiting for you with Veronica's Oasis tutorial. And I actually already beaded it yesterday in the evening. And then I had to message Veronica that this is possibly the cutest, best, no one has to bead alone tutorial that I ever had the chance and honor to bead from her. So I'm really looking forward to share it with you on Thursday. We will be using a 6mm Preciosa Suvan rhinestone as the focal and then adorn it with a bit of bicones and seed beads and pearls. And then next week it's unboxing time. So this is your top-up week chance, ladies. And remember that remember please that until next week Tuesday, if you place an order for the amounts on the screen, that you will get Laura's tutorial as a gift from us. We will be in touch on Wednesday. And please let me know if you have any questions, please. Judith is asking, what size is in the gift tutorial? Dear Judith, are you asking about Laura's domino tutorial, which is on the screen now? Can you please specify? Then I'm happy to help. I am now posting the link also to the Juvos from the Desert Rose box article on the Beading School blog, so you can look up the tutorial for Laura. But if you had something else on your mind, then please let me know. The way I'm scrolling down now. So Laura's tutorial, it has 4 pieces of 8mm Preciosa pure chatons. Those are on the sides. It also has 6mm Suvan rhinestones. It has the spacer bars. I don't see the middle one on the material list. Flower circle pendant. No, that's in the middle. I will ask my lovely colleagues to look into the tutorial. I can open the tutorial because I already have it here. Just a moment. I will check it for you to make sure that you know what goes in the middle. So it's the domino. Just give me a second to look it up. I'm opening it. Wait for it. Aniko, since you are with me, can you please make a note for tomorrow that check please in the Juvos article if the material list is correct, because I'm wondering about the middle component. And Joan is asking, when we purchase an amount equal to the amount needed for the tutorial, can the purchase be joined with the new theme box so save mailing costs? Absolutely, dear Joan. Just check out with the join option, and you can also leave always a message to the treasury. There is a message field, and just tell them that please send it with my next box. And Marcelina is asking, will Donna's tutorials be available separately if you did not order the box? Dear Marcelina, for now we have them only with the box, and let's see what happens in the future. Oh, and Aniko says, there are bicones in the middle. Thank you so much, Aniko. It creates so much sparkle that it was hard to see, actually. But now that I open the other picture and enlarge it, then I see that in the middle it's not a moon face, and that's what I was wondering about, because it looks like a moon face, but we didn't have a moon face in the box. But those are 4 bicon beads. Michaela is right also. So thank you so much, ladies, for helping me out. And Anna says it was easy to meet the threshold this time. I know, so many beautiful things in the bead shop now. So lovely, ladies, I would like to thank you for your attention today. I would like to thank you for trusting us with your sparkly bead orders. Thank you for keeping alive and creating the traditions of the community, like the Secret Santa. And most importantly, for your inspiring each other through your challenge pieces, for always having so many positive comments and encouraging words to each other, and for the lovely time here. Have an amazing rest of the week, and see you on Thursday, ladies. Happy beading. Bye-bye.